Hello lovely crafty people, welcome back to my channel, or to my channel if it's your first time. This is the Crafty Book Shack and my name is Debs. It's Flip Through Friday, as created by Gwen the Trash Witch. I'll link her channel below. I've got a number of things I want to flip through and show you today. First up are these. These are some digital papers that were sent to me by my lovely friend Candy at Candy Crafty Creations that she's created. So I've got some pointy fingers, and then I've got a set that she calls, I think she calls it Good Old Days, this lovely background paper, and then several collagey type papers. Aren't they lovely? And then 2 pages of antiquarian people, and finally this with lovely dancers and some beautiful flowers. Thank you, Candy, they are absolutely gorgeous. So I thought I'd play with them, and this is what I've created. This was a little flip book that I made the other day out of a sheet of 12 by 12, and I have now gone through and decorated it with Candy's papers. So the closure is just a band that's been inked. This is one of Candy's people. Well, it's 2 people, but it's one image. And this is part of one of her collage papers. This is one of those jump ring things that Toni at Crafty by Toni was explaining how to do a week or so ago. This, I think, is a Tim Holtz. I don't know where I got that from. Inside, the green was what I used for the original background, so I just grunged it a bit so it fitted in with some papers and did some stamping. This is the background paper that Candy created, which I've stuck on and inked, splattered a bit. I don't know if you can see the splatters. Cut out, fussy cut the big butterfly from one of her collage pages and put a sticker on, and that's a journaling card in there. In here we have another one of her background papers, which I've just added some stamps on and then put this tiny little cluster on there. And this is a little notebook filled with coffee dyed paper. In here we have a pocket, and in the pocket we have a journaling card with one of Candy's papers on here that I've put some number stamps on. I've put a whale tail tag on there using the same background paper as on that tag. This is another of her collage papers that I've just stamped the word notes on, and that goes into that pocket. And then here we have a little envelope made from one of her papers, and in here I have some bits that I've stamped onto her papers, labels and little tag stamps, just a little collection to put in the envelope. I just wanted something to put in the envelope, and that seemed like a good idea with the offcuts. And in the final pocket, we have a couple of altered playing cards. This is all background paper from Candy, and then one of the images. And this is a couple of pieces of the background paper and then some music stamps over the top, and they're backed with coffee dyed paper just so you can journal on them. And on the back is another piece of her paper that I've just torn and inked and put a piece of music notes, cardboard music notes on there. So Candy, I hope you like what I have done with your papers. I had so much fun playing with them, and they're absolutely lovely. I thought I would give this away. So I think I'm up to about mid-70s on the subscribers front at the moment. And I thought once I get to 100, I would do a free draw and post this to whoever it is who is drawn out of the hat. So if you want to encourage people to subscribe to my channel, that would be great. Now this has taken me days. Margaret at Seven Plaza did a wonderful video the other day with a flip-flap journal using envelopes. Some of these are envelopes, others aren't, but this is my take on what she did, and it has taken me days. I'm going to link her video below because she seems to be able to do it in about an hour and a half. I definitely can't. So at the front, this also counts, by the way, as does this, for the hashtag Scraptember 2025, because although the papers are new, other bits are scrap, and where I've backed the papers, it's predominantly backed on bits that I've cut from a box of Diet Coke, which was definitely scrap. So this counts, but this definitely counts. So I have a piece of old scrapbook paper that was scrap. I have this that I created ages ago that was in a drawer. And in here we have some tags, scrap, different bits of scrap. I've put journaling note on the back, more scrap, and a coffee dyed tag. And these are all little journaling cards. Also on here are the little jump rings that Toni at Crafted by Toni created. I thought they were brilliant. I've made about 100 of them. There they are. Right, so this is the middle of my signature. This is an envelope. It's an envelope with a window in it, and I've covered it in bits from a old schoolgirl magazine, not magazine, book. Stuck a couple of butterflies on. In the pocket here are more bits of ephemera. A 2-day passport to the Magic Kingdom in April 1981, and a Walt Disney World sticker. And then that opens to a hidden paper clip that is made of scrap. It's stuck onto a page pulled out from a gazetteer. This is Nottingham Castle, Nottingham being where I live. A bit of sellotape covered in alcohol ink so it looks old. Some washi tape. Opens again to the other side of the hidden paper clip and the other side of the envelope, which I've put mileage chart on, a couple of old bits of scrap and an old postcard that I had. And then here, this is a picture from a 1950s Women's Realm magazine. This is just a page from a dictionary with some things stuck onto it. There's a sticker on that side. And inside there's an altered playing card that I made ages ago. There is also a little pocket there. That's just a V pocket following the shape of the lip of the envelope. That envelope. And then on the other part, I have a map of parts of France. There's nothing in that envelope. Here I have, that's another take on the jump rings that Toni did, and I wanted to see if I could do it with a paperclip. And this is an old children's book. There's a bit of journaling space in there. I'm now going to have to turn you round because this gets bigger. This is another part of that same book. And in here we have an old postcard, which is quite fun. It's blank as well, so you could write on that if you wanted to. And then we have a belly band made out of a snippet roll, made out of scraps, and a little notebook made out of scraps, coffee dyed paper, and a bit of just the edges of paper that I folded and sewed together, with another journaling spot. And then here, that's just a picture out of the same magazine as the lady was from, and that is the first half of the signature. The second half is all made of envelopes, apart from this is a paper bag that's been turned into a hidden paperclip. These are some stamps that I made the other day, just cutting pictures, random pictures out of magazines and backing them. I don't think I've put anything in these envelopes. That's the back of the hidden paperclip. This is just a bit of an old French railways map, bit of a pattern that I've drawn on. Look at this. Love is a noisy goldfish. Isn't that the best title ever? And so I've stuck some goldfish on there. This is an old football pools coupon with a sticker on it. This is one of the trees I made the other day, the one that was left over on the rest of the football pools coupon. Bit of a music page with some stickers on. This is a registered letter that is quite old, unused, stickers on, and in here that's a plaited scrap tag as a journaling card. That goes back in there. There's a pocket at the bottom with some stickers and some aged modern sellotape. We have an old postcard. We have another coffee dyed and sewn journaling spot. Here we have a seed packet made out of a dictionary page. There's nothing in that. And then 2 more envelopes there. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then at the back we have a map featuring Nottingham again. That's the flap of the registered letter. This is a tax disc from 2005 for the car my mother gifted to me about a month ago. A sticker, and I've left the tax disc open so I can get another tag in there with a writing spot. And this will make up the second signature in this journal that I made the other day. So that will slot in there like that. And I still have space for signature number 1. So that's it. Like I say, everything works for Scraptember. Collaboration hosted by Margaret at 7 Plaza and Toni at Crafty by Toni. Thank you to both of them. Thank you also to Gwen, the Trash Witch. I'll link all their channels below. And a particular thanks to Candy for creating these papers and sending them to me so I could have a lovely play with them. I think they're beautiful. I hope you like what I've created. And like I say, I'll give it away when I get to 100 subscribers. So encourage your friends to pop along and see. and subscribe if they like what I'm doing. That's it for the time being. Thank you very much for popping by, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye for now.